So I found myself rereading this book, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which was notably subtitled An Inquiry into Values, and that could certainly be a worthwhile study. The author found that value was connected in a fundamental way to quality, and quality was the direct result of caring. How much you cared about something helped to define its quality, to shape its quality. There is an almost mathematical relation, an equation, between how much you care about something and its quality. Total quality is the best a person can achieve, and it's a rarity, the art referred to in the title of the book. It is possible to care completely about something, to immerse yourself in it, which gives it that total quality, or art. I was thinking about this when I saw a video online that claimed to be about 4 values. It was a psychologist talking about a person being a paragon of grit, grit standing in for quality. She said that someone who had grit could be described as having 4 virtues. The first is a deep interest, that caring, in whatever it is they do. And they practice very diligently at what they do. And they believe that what they do has a greater purpose, something about the big picture. And they are filled with hope, which helps them to overcome the inevitable disappointments they will face. That's grit. Hearing her talk about these 4 virtues reminded me of another list of virtues, ones that, when combined in a perfect, balanced proportion, would identify a virtuous person. The 4 worldly virtues were temperance, justice, prudence, and fortitude. Each of these is worth a moment of consideration. The other 3 spiritual virtues were faith, hope, and charity. Thinking of these further reminded me of a time when someone gave me a quote by a British author which went as follows: "Brevity is to writing as charity is to the other virtues." That stopped me. I had to think about it a while, and after I did, I believe I took one of those small but absolutely vital steps in becoming a respectable writer, not just a flub-a-dub tossing around a large vocabulary. I might suggest that charity is the engine, the motive force that directs the actions of a person who possesses the other 6 virtues to varying degrees. And in writing, that is what the august principle of brevity does. It forces a writer beyond the confines of their own person, to consider the audience, in effect, to care for them. And we have seen that when you begin to care about anything, quality emerges. Well, I mention all of this because when I had finished with Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, I immediately began to read another book, this one spoken of very highly by a number of people, a number that grew until finally I felt foolish for not having read the book. That book was a best-selling nonfiction, The Boys in the Boat, the story of the 1936 Olympic 8-man rowing champions. I got a copy of the book from the library and started to read it. In the preface, the author makes it clear that his investigation into this subject and story is also, inescapably, a study of values. And this, the coincidence of it, surprised me very much. Of course, I should not have been surprised. No one is going to become an Olympic champion unless they care very deeply about what they are doing, unless they are a paragon of grit. In this case, it would be 8 oars and a coxswain, perfectly matched or blended grit. So in the next one of these, I will talk a little about that book and the continuing, possibly never-ending saga of values, virtue, quality, caring, which is charity, and grit.